When did people stop caring about what they look like in public? Society overall has become more casual. When my mom worked for IBM in the 80s, she had to wear skirts, dresses and pantyhose to work every single day, with heels. My dad had an office job and had to wear full suits. The step below that, basically, business casual, was your casual wear. We basically made business casual the new work look because people didn't want to have to wear full suits and skirts, heels every day at the office. Which makes the new everyday wear more casual than that. I think reducing the formality of office wear just had a trickle-down effect on casual clothes. When they stopped caring about the opinion of strangers. If I look nice, I get harassed more. You realize that until the 90s and digital cameras, there was a cost associated with photographs. And especially as you go further back in time, taking a picture was an event that people especially dressed up for. Yes, some fashion styles and even workplace norms have become more casual over the last few decades. But that's a far stretch from saying people stopped caring. Most people do. Some never did. You're allowed to not worry about how other people choose to dress. I can't afford to care what I look like. People back then only had one nice dress, suit, and had to wear them all the time. They didn't have casual clothes, so they had to wear their only nice thing. It's a common misconception to think people in the past dressed nicer. Yes, they did, because it's the only thing they had. I was reading The Age of Innocence, and at some point a lady goes out of the house without a hat. And the horror, behavior at the time. I also don't think people 100 years ago embraced the concept of, just be yourself, you do you. Don't worry about what others think, or even the concept of pursuing personal happiness. It's the societal ostracism experienced by people who got divorced, single mothers, people who lived together outside of wedlock, people who had children outside of marriage or who were even a tiny bit different in any way. That makes me think that all the work done to remove stigma and increase general tolerance is one reason, and personally I think it's a good thing. My guess is that there are a lot of subtle changes always going on. I remember in the 80s and 90s, at least in the Northeast, guys in the US would wear white sneakers everywhere except work. Take a look at Seinfeld's feet. That gave way to most guys wearing leather shoes when they'd go out on the weekends. When we stopped shaming them. Shame has been one of the major ways cultures would instill lots of social norms. But we have gradually moved away from shaming people, so we end up with what we see. I look like poop most days, but on days I take the time to do my hair, slap on some makeup and wear something cute, I feel like I could conquer the world. So why do I spend most days looking bad? Laziness, I guess. I think COVID shutdowns did that to a lot of people. We just stopped caring. Somewhere along the way, got used to looking bad and seeing others looking bad. It just became more socially acceptable to look bad. There are people older than me. I am 54. Who still care what they look like in public. There are some people younger than me who don't care. So I don't think it is an age thing. It has been proven, I have even proven it, how you look sets you up for how people treat you. Shouldn't be that way, but it is. Took this guy to a jewelry store. He typically dressed like a hardcore biker thug. While there, the store person treated him like a criminal. Got him a dress shirt and told him to put on his nicest jeans. We went back to the store a month later. The lady took out the jewelry, let him try it on, and even turned her back on him. Same store, I think the same sales clerk. During 2020, where people who were working from home were not putting out productivity. They were before they required them to check in when they signed in. They had to be dressed in the Same work attire as before and the productivity went up. For me personally, I feel more confident when I am wearing makeup. This isn't a thing in every country. Just came back from Korea and the average person dresses far nicer than where I live in Canada. Meanwhile, I regularly see PPL in pajama pants in public lol. I felt very inspired to revamp my wardrobe after my trip. Because I don't care one iota what anybody else thinks about me. I'll wear what's comfortable. This round started with the hippies in the 60s. But it's a cyclical thing. Our culture tends to go from uniformity. Think the buzz cuts and clean dress of the 50s. To individuality. Hippies. Punks. Goths. etc. And back again. Eventually we'll swing back around to favoring uniformity for a couple decades again. It's all just a big cycle. I think having tons of clothes and getting all dressed up is a waste of time, energy, and money. I always make myself presentable to an extent. Clean clothes, not wrinkled, and fit well. But give me a couple pairs of jeans, Dockers shorts, white black plain t-shirts, and a plain hoodie and I'm good for the year. Spending time worrying about what you're wearing just takes away time from more important things. I hope it does help lift your mood. Looking good feels good. I have no idea when that was lost. And I am a fan of being comfortable. But honestly, pajama pants to run to the store? Nah. Well-made clothing that fits right is always comfortable. No need to dash out the door looking like you went on a bender with the town drunk. Not caring what you look like in public is a very American thing. Sweatpants in public? Definitely US. People put more effort in other parts of the world. It doesn't take that much more effort to put other nicer pants. Still same process and same amount of laundry. I think people caring about public dress very gradually went downhill sometime after 1980. Things began to get really strange sometimes after 2000. When I was a kid in the 60s, we had school clothes, Sunday dress clothes, and play clothes. Jeans weren't really a big thing until around 1965. At least for girls. There was a dress code in schools. Our parents were well dressed when outside the home. They also had their work clothes and house clothes and Sunday clothes. I remember my grandparents wore hats with their nice clothes. And the women sometimes wore dress gloves. My grandmothers always wore a house dress at home. People even dressed up to go on a plane. Things sure did change. Many people will now wear jeans and a t-shirt to a funeral. In the past, people would think there was something wrong with them. Not to mention how disrespectful it looked. People realized they didn't care about the opinions of strangers when that opinion makes zero difference in their day-to-day. Dressing nice is something you should do for yourself if it makes you feel better. Dressing up to impress strangers is a waste of time and energy.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.